hate this mic. There we go. I can't even see with these shades on, honestly.
I love drugs.
Anyways, welcome to this episode of the JOWP podcast. I'm the host, Gabe, and today I'm joined with just Deven today.
What's up?
This is episode 1 of season 2, and it's really hard to see in this fit right here, but I had to pull out the, what do they call this? The cringe kid fit, right?
Yeah.
The Sesame Street cigar, right? The cringe glasses is what I call them, and then the Bob Marley, I guess. I'm pretty sure I wore this shirt on the episode already.
I don't keep track of your fits. I don't know what you wear.
Pretty sure I did. So I've already broke my rule and I've wore the same fit already twice. But it is what it is.
It'd be like that.
You know, I didn't even know this was right here, to be honest.
Oh shit.
It is like perfectly in frame.
I placed it right here. I didn't know where that came from.
I didn't even know it was there, TBH. But I mean, I am the biggest shot, I guess.
I guess.
But no, like today we can finally go over the answers of the polls we've been not knowing for so long.
It's been like a good month.
Probably longer, honestly.
2 months.
When did we record that cartoon episode? That was so long ago.
Yeah, because I wasn't in college yet, so yeah.
That's like 2 months ago,
yeah.
maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's insane. I genuinely just forgot about it. It wasn't like we were purposely waiting to go over the results. I just forgot.
I mean, there wasn't a good time during that like little period we were recording. There was like, I mean, I guess we could have.
No, there was definitely there was a time we could have done it. We just didn't.
I guess.
Like what was 49?
Yeah, I know the episode top of my head. I don't know. I just know we were doing like a bunch of like themed episodes.
Oh no, I know that episode's no.
Like we had like the first 51. Camera episode.
Oh no, 50 is because 50 is the music theory 3.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously we couldn't do it there.
Yeah.
49 is the One Piece one. Yeah, we could have done it there.
Talk, I guess.
We just didn't think about it.
We could be having One Piece down our throat.
Not we. It was Tyler and you, most likely.
I'm so sure.
I'm not with One Piece like that. Everyone knows that.
I'm Sammer. You're in the thumbnail with the straw hat.
I mean, I guess I wouldn't say that makes me down with One Piece. So she's saying if you're in the thumbnail for a video and something's there, like that's what you're down with?
I mean, I don't make the thumbnails. You make the thumbnails. You made the obvious choice.
I didn't make the thumbnails.
You don't? Okay.
No. That's
well, I don't.
I think Devin makes that thumbnails, TBH.
Do
Alright, the cringe glasses come off now. I need to be able to see.
I'm like 9.
But yeah, I think we have 3 polls to go over.
3? No, just 2. Just the cartoon stories 3, and then the music. Are we doing music?
I thought there was another one. Maybe we're bugging.
Maybe we might be bugging. I can't think of anything else. Cause besides that, we had the sauce poll. We already did that.
We didn't like officially go over it, but yeah,
we didn't talk about it. But
there's no point of talking about it. We knew what happened.
Yeah,
I won, of course.
He didn't win.
I mean,
if you watch the conversation and the debate, he didn't.
You're
win.
coping.
I'm not. Coping.
You're still coping. It's crazy to me.
Y'all that's right. Y'all can watch the episode, watch it a bit.
I'm trying to log in real quick.
Moving the phone goal post.
No one's moving it. It's the same place it's always been.
No, it's not. I think you're just mad that Ketchup lost. Like I said,
Ketchup is not my champion. Ranch was my champion, and I even said barbecue is better. Go watch the video over. I was like barbecue better,
yeah,
and you were like cap.
Yeah, but I said hot sauce be over ketchup. You said cap.
No, I didn't.
Now look at you. Now you look dumb.
No, what I said was dumb. In a draft, people are taking ketchup over it. This is a completely different list because, like me and Tyler explained, ketchup and barbecue sauce hit that similar field. So the people who normally would have picked ketchup over ranch are going to take barbecue sauce over it, and they can only take 1 vote, so they're going to take barbecue sauce. If you just nailed it to ranch or ketchup, like in a poll, ranch is going to win every time.
Yeah,
but if you do like ketchup versus like, what'd you say, hot sauce? Hot sauce is losing. He's just an L. He's L Mans.
Okay.
Hot sauce is basically like the Into the Spider-Verse of sauces.
Okay, buddy.
But yeah, that reminds me, I did have this one take, right? I was like, there was a few takes I didn't say in season 1 because I was like,
just spew them all out right here.
No. How do you feel about Beyonce?
She's alright. I'm Rihanna's better.
Yeah, that's a
You looked at me
lukewarm
for a
take.
second. I was like,
Lukewarm take, yeah.
yeah, Rihanna's better. I don't know.
Because I was like, when I was making my 3x3, I was like, I need some female representation in my list. Let me look at some female artists. Because I look at Beyonce because she's like one of the biggest names, and I was like, let me look at her discography. I was like, Beyonce low-key mid, bro. She's trash.
Yeah, I would have definitely put like Mariah Carey or Rihanna before I even considered Beyonce.
Oh, Rihanna for sure.
Yeah, Rihanna
I don't even know if
there.
I gave her an honorable mention, but she should have been because Rihanna's iconic.
Yeah, there's a lot of artists I should have given an honorable mention. I just didn't because I listened to so many artists.
They really put MF Doom on his list before he. And it was crazy.
Well, it's whatever. You don't want to talk about that. We all know you're the resident MF Doom hater.
I don't think I'm the hater of MF Doom. I just like he's not that guy.
Okay, buddy.
I guess we just had the cartoon one. The music one still going up.
How many more days or weeks does I have left?
Next week.
I guess.
All right, let's look at the results for the cartoon. It was a month ago, yeah. We got 43 votes for this one, and all right, let's get into it. We got in last place Jose.
With how many votes?
Expected 5 votes.
Okay.
Third place we got Tyler, 10 votes. Second place, of course, Deven, 13 votes. And of course, first place, this guy right here, biggest Chad, Gabe.
Well, how many votes?
15.
You beat me by 2 votes.
Yeah, cope.
I mean,
that's why I smoke on the sesame pack, because I'm a goat.
That's whatever. I don't even remember. I mean, me and your list is basically the same. You had
no. I had regular show. You have Invader Zim Mid. You have Rick and Morty. I have BoJack Horseman. Kids Next Door. I got Boondocks. You got SpongeBob. I got Ed, Ed and Eddie. We were not the same. I was just better.
Y'all let me down.
Not
2 votes.
Let them down.
I'll take that. No, I think I have some classics in my list. I think my list is pretty solid overall.
Nah.
I'll stand by my list.
Of course you would. It's your list. I would hope you stand by it.
Yeah, it's solid.
So me and Tyler were talking about this a couple days ago, Devin. We were thinking about doing for this episode. We do a poll here for because he was saying for the best episode, instead of just limiting it to the ones I chose, if I just did like a straight up 1 through 51, I guess, and just did a revote and see what everyone would choose just based off of everything being an option, excluding the guest episodes.
So we're just doing like
basically a revote, because he was like, maybe because we've also gained a few subscribers since we closed the poll, so there's new people in here now.
Right.
So maybe people didn't get to show their representation.
So you're saying every episode except specials?
Except specials and guest episodes, yeah. So like the Christmas special and the rap special are not included.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for that. Let's see what people's favorite are.
Yeah, especially because lately What the Dog Do It's become a cult classic on the channel for some reason.
Yeah, at this time of day, it's at 200. It's our first 200 video. Let's go.
That is actually crazy. Is this true?
Mm-hmm. At least it was at 199 yesterday. If it's not at 200 now, it'd be crazy.
I don't know the sort.
I think the camera episode's not too far behind. This is 191.
It is at 200,
Yep.
Camera's at 194 as of recording.
So it's climbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, we're making it big time now. You know,
the award show's up there. I'm sure.
I mean, I hope it goes crazy.
Yeah. As you can tell, we're recording this the week after the award show, so we don't really know what's gonna happen yet. But we'll see in I don't know, next episode. Maybe not next episode, but like sometime we'll react, I guess.
Yeah,
it'll be a very delayed reaction, but
let's go.
Oh my god, it was crazy. I love the support you guys gave.
God.
But let's see. Oh, there was this one thing. 'Cause I was talking to my dad, right? And I was like, because like the difference between our generation and like his generation of music is like I don't know how to explain it. It's like our generation of music can be so much different than his was because we have access to everything, right? And he only had access to like certain amount of things. You have to like buy everything you listen to. You can't just like look it up and listen to it. Like I like them. You have to like buy it, so it's kind of a commitment that you like this person. More like I'll just try it.
Yeah, I think there's a documentary on Netflix. I think my dad's watching like piracy and music piracy and how it was like such a like huge thing back in the day. Because like, you know, you had to buy everything. Everything's on CDs. Everything's on like disc and shit. So people are like, I don't want to buy shit. I was want to pirate shit. So eventually, Legend Creations like
LimeWire,
LimeWire and all that, and like instead of just buying disc, you like, fuck, I forgot how the process went, but you buy like a subscription of some sort.
Yeah, it's like to LimeWire.
Yeah,
Soulja Boy made he went huge off of abusing LimeWire's system because he's like, everyone uses LimeWire. I'm gonna just like have a monopoly on LimeWire. So what he would do is he would just name a bunch of his songs other rappers' names and stuff. So they click on it, they'd be like, oh, it's a new song. Nope, it's just Soulja Boy. Correct, that's Soulja Boy.
no, this is my song.
And everyone did, and then he became popular. So he was a hustler from day one.
Yeah, gotta respect the grind.
And also, I want to get into this. So you're GOAT, right? You had Michael Jackson in here, right?
Yeah. What about him?
You have like you don't know songs by name, right?
No, I know. For Michael Jackson, I do. That's only because
you know albums by name.
I think I only know the one, and I think it's his. Is it Bad? Is Bad the most popular one? I can't remember. I don't know the albums by name, even though I own them. But like I said, I'm terrible with names. Ask me a lot of artist names, I don't know them by name. But that's just on brand.
Yeah.
For me, but for Michael Jackson, I knew quite a few songs by name.
Cause I was listening to Michael Jackson with our intern which one was it? I think I was with Frederick this time, and actually I guess they don't know this. We have two interns. We have Eddie and then we have Frederick. And I was with Frederick and we were listening to Michael Jackson. I was like, low key, is Michael Jackson just carried by 3 albums? This nigga really doesn't have good music outside of those 3 albums, like good in quotes. Like sometimes there's some songs and another album, but for the most part, he's carried by 3 albums. So like, can this really be your GOAT if he only has 3 good albums?
I mean, I'm trying to remember because he has songs outside of the albums that don't release into just the albums. Like what do you mean? I'm trying to remember his albums. I know like the album that Thrill is on.
I'll tell you his 3 albums that everyone knows, and these are 3 good albums. Cause I remember I tested this. I told Frederick because he told me ask Deven to name 3 albums. Like he won't do it. Deven's gonna say he sucks with names, which is exactly what you did. Which is why he was looking at me off the camera. But
I don't know albums by their names.
I was asking someone who does, because he's in music like me as well, and I was like, all right, you like Michael Jackson? He's like, yeah, Michael Jackson's amazing. And I was like, can you name me 4 Michael Jackson albums? And he's like, nah, I can name 3, and it's the same 3 that almost everyone can name. It's his 3 best albums. You have Off the Wall, Bad, and Thriller.
Okay, so they are called Bad and Thriller. I thought it was called Bad and Thriller, but I couldn't remember.
And I was like, aside from those albums, he's mid. Michael Jackson ain't good, and that's why I'm like, low key, Michael Jackson not top 5 anymore. You can't have that bad of a discography and be top 5. Your discography has to be solid. Look at my GOATs. You got like you have Kendrick in there. Kendrick doesn't have bad albums like that. Or I'm just like, I don't even know that album by name. I know all Kendrick's albums by name.
I mean, I guess, but like, I'm trying to remember the other album because I think I only do own the 3 albums now that I think about it.
Because he's carried by 3 albums.
But there's even songs that are not on those albums that are just like absolute bangers. Like I don't think the album is all that matters. I think you should
like what? Name me a song.
Name me a song. I think I'm trying to remember if Human Nature is on one of the albums.
It is.
Is it?
Yep.
I know PYT is.
Yep.
We're not counting Jackson 5 stuff, right?
Nope.
We're not counting Jackson 5 stuff.
No.
I'm trying to think of something that's not on an album. You might be right. I haven't put a lot of thought into this. I think a lot of his best songs are on those 3 albums.
Yeah.
But they're so iconic and so good.
The only song I can think of off the top of my head is Hold My Hand. That's not from those albums, but that's with Akon. I was like, that's late Michael Jackson. It's like 90s or something like that.
I guess. But I still think you can consider him the GOAT. Just his impact and like what he did. And all those songs are just endless. They'll forever be carried out throughout time. There's a reason why people love him to this day.
How many albums do you think Michael Jackson has?
I don't think he has very many, to be honest. I think he only has like 5 or 6.
He has 15 albums.
He has 15 albums?
Yes.
That's insane.
That is my main argument for why this nigga can't be the GOAT. You can't have 3. You can't go 3 for 15 and be called the GOAT.
I mean,
that's just ridiculous.
Did they perform well? Do you know? Like, do you have like the numbers? Because maybe they performed well.
Performing well doesn't mean the album is good, though. Look at like me and you both agree that we didn't like Donda that much. Donda performed extremely well.
Yeah, you're right.
Because he's Kanye West and he is Michael Jackson. They will perform well. It's about the quality, though, not about the sales.
Yeah, like a lot of like the most iconic songs I can think off the top of my head are on most of those albums. Maybe.
Let me look at his Spotify real quick and see if anything is like his top, because Spotify only shows top 5. if any of his top 5 songs are from something else. Probably
albums?
Not. I told my dad that too, and he was surprised at first. But like I said, my dad's he's older, so he knows. He was like, "Oh yeah, no, that makes sense because he does have this one, that one, that one." Yeah.
Yeah.
Nope. His top 5 are all from there.
Yeah.
Except for Chicago, which is from Escape, which is I'm pretty sure a posthumous album. But yeah.
I feel like I listened to so many more Michael Jackson songs than that, though. Rather than just 3. I mean, 3 albums is
not that much though.
Front and back, like what, about like 10 songs, maybe.
Probably 13.
Yeah, 13, 10. Huh. I don't know. I never really put too much thought into this.
I haven't either. There's like I can't remember why. I was just like, let me just look at Michael Jackson's discography. I wonder how many albums he has, because I was just like curious. So, like,
but at the end of the day, I think it's still more than just like, you know, sales, or just like if he does go 3 of 15. It's about like, you know, if the music resonates with you at the end of the day. Like if he's to you the GOAT, I think like he's my GOAT, and I don't think like even after this, like I don't think my mind has changed, because like most of the music he does produce is some of my favorite music I listen to daily out this day.
Well, it's not. I'm not saying like sales or anything. It's more like let's still like compare it to like a sports or something. If some say, you know, like Jerry West did NBA, he went to 7 finals and he won 1. People were gonna put Jerry West as their GOAT over people like Michael Jordan or LeBron, who've won more than him and have better success than him. It's just weird. It's like, yeah, but that one he won was just more impactful to me because I was there. Yeah, it's like a weird argument.
It is weird, but I think the argument will just be like, it was just like Michael Jackson. I don't think I would call Michael Jackson. I mean,
you do call him the GOAT though all the time.
I would say like I don't think he's
no
better.
One's doing it like him. Yeah, no one's going 3 for 15. I guess.
I don't know. I still love him. He still makes some of my favorite music.
Yeah, from his 3 albums.
From his 3 albums, I can just put on repeat. And then, you know, some of the Jackson 5 stuff that helps. So.
Yeah, I guess when he's carried by his sister.
He's not carried by his sister. What do you mean?
I mean, some would argue Janet Jackson is more talented than Michael Jackson. Yeah, but Michael Jackson was a dude in a time period where people didn't respect women. So.
Yeah, but some of the songs Janet's not even on.
Some of them.
Yeah, some.
Just because she's not on the song doesn't mean her impact isn't felt in the song. She can still help in the writing process.
I guess, yeah. Because it was mostly like him and his 4 brothers. It was 4 or 5.
They are the Jackson 5.
Yeah, but I didn't know it was counting him as 5 or like
he counts. Yeah, he's Jackson.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I had to do quick math real quick. I don't know. I really like Michael, and I like his legacy. I even know with these facts and like recollections, like, oh, I didn't realize he went 3 for 15.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're just like speaking nonsense. Maybe after that, you actually do research, you're like, oh, maybe Gabe's bugging.
Maybe you can listen to the albums. Maybe you'd be a sheep and be like, yeah, they're good albums, even though they're not.
I don't know. I'll see.
Because even my dad admitted to me, he was like, they're not. He didn't admit like they were trash, because he's not as extreme as I am, where I'm like, it's trash. Like,
but they're probably not touching like those 3 albums.
Yeah, he was like, yeah, those are his 3 best albums, but there's still some good albums. And I was like, nah, they mid.
Maybe. I mean, there's some of them, but those top 3 are some of like the best albums, like selling wise.
Dude, sales isn't everything, Devin.
I don't see your goats. I don't see your goats doing that. I mean, Kanye
you sound like a One Piece fan right now. I don't know, man. Sales were number 1. Like, so?
It is such a One Piece argument.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, I feel like if Kendrick Lamar dropped a bad album, people would never let him live it down. But then Michael Jackson drops like 10 bad albums and no one cares.
I mean, you don't know that. Maybe during the time people were like braiding him.
Not likely. He was huge even until his death. So I think
he can still be huge, and you can release a bad album and still be huge. Kanye is still huge.
He hasn't dropped bad albums though. Just because we don't like Donda doesn't mean it's a bad album.
Yeah, you're right.
I think the only one I can think of who dropped a bad album is Soulja Boy, and he did fall off.
I guess, I don't know.
Normally, if an artist that is seen as good drops a bad album, a la like Revival, yeah, people stop caring about person until you prove yourself otherwise, which is what Eminem did with Kamikaze, and they're like, okay, we got your trust and respect it back again.
Right. I guess it does show like how celebrities were treated back then. Like back then, they were basically like kings, and like they were just held on like this such a pedestal, and they are kind of now, but Like,
yeah, there's a lot of people on Twitter who are like, yeah, you fell off.
You fell off.
Twitter's definitely become more bold.
Yeah, think about like any rock band. They basically got away with anything they ever wanted.
Yeah.
Because people were held at a higher regard back then.
True. Kobe did like do that one thing in Colorado. I'm not gonna say the word on the podcast, but like, oh, I guess allegedly. He did that one thing.
Yeah, allegedly.
Yeah, Michael Jackson had some things with kids.
Yeah,
allegedly, I guess.
I mean, they were never proven. Like,
yeah, interesting. R. Kelly, it was a different time back then. They were allowed to do different things.
Yeah, but it just shows.
But yeah, that was my main thing. I was like, yeah, let's get that take out there. I think Michael Jackson is kind of overrated at this point because even though I do like those 3 albums, I just don't think you can be in a GOAT conversation if you have so many misses in your catalog.
It's very interesting. I think I would agree with that, but
it's also an argument I've seen for people for why they don't have Eminem in their top 5 is because he also has misses in his catalog. I think it's a proper argument to have. If someone is gonna be like, if you're like, this is a top 5 or this is my GOAT, like not my GOAT necessarily because that's personal, but it's like this is the GOAT. I feel like you have to have facts on your side, not just feelings, right?
Not feelings, yeah. You're taking like totality instead of
As much as I like Eminem, when people do bring that point up to me, I'm like, it's a valid point. Eminem does have misses in his catalog. Like some songs aren't hitting, or some albums aren't hitting. Like not everything is the Eminem Show and Marshall Mathers LP.
Yeah, it's so easy just to lean back on like their peaks, and it's hard to,
especially when their peaks are so high.
Yeah, when their peaks are so high, you don't want to look at his low stuff because like you know what he's capable of, and you see like the potential.
Yeah, and you're like, this isn't my boy.
Yeah.
I know he can do better than that, but then he just doesn't.
Yeah.
It's tough.
Like yeah. I'm sorry, I was going to think the argument back in my head because like you see their peak, so like this is their peak.
Yeah.
So like maybe you could just like ignore the bottom stuff. Like maybe it was having an off day, you know?
That'd be like a personal thing. Yeah, you could, but it's just like when you gotta argue with him as like a GOAT, you gotta like look at everything. Just like in like any other media, it's like actors. Well, my GOAT is this actor, but he had that bad movie. Yeah, valid. You think about like Denzel Washington. Does he have bad movies? I don't know any if he does.
I can't think of one.
And then you have people like say if The Rock was someone's GOAT. Yeah, The Rock got bad movies.
There's so many.
Yeah.
The Rock is carried by name. I swear, The Rock is carried by name.
I wouldn't say that because he built his name. So that's like I would say he's built on it. Like, he's carried by his charisma, which isn't a carry per se. I just say he knew how to build his character very well. I don't know. I don't like The Rock hate because I think The Rock is such a self-built man. What he did in the WWE to get to this place in his life, he worked hard to get this.
I'm not saying he didn't work hard because like I know the story. Like he's done so much and he has such a major impact on like a lot of people. But like at this point, I don't know. I'm just tired of The Rock. Like at least I feel like he doesn't put effort in some of the movies he's in.
Oh, he doesn't.
That's what I'm saying.
Like Shazam, nigga, just is The Rock cosplaying as Black Adam.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like I can respect The Rock and like I respect the grind he did. But I would like it if he just put like at least some effort in like whatever he's doing, so he's not playing the same character over and over. Yeah. Which is kind of hypocritical because I do like certain actors who kind of fit that
Kevin Hart, Ryan Reynolds,
like Kevin Hart and Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah,
but at least then, like with Ryan Reynolds, he does care about like some of the characters he's playing, especially like characters like Deadpool.
Like, yeah, he didn't just like don't give me cancer. I want to look like me forever.
Yeah,
he was like, well, yeah, make me look like Deadpool.
Yeah, like he does his research of like a lot of that stuff. So even though it is just him, he does pick a little bit.
Yeah, I feel like The Rock in that scenario. Same thing with what he does with Black Adam. He's like, nah, I'm not gonna get a hairpiece. I'm just gonna look like me.
I'm just doing me.
Matter of fact,
I don't want the Shazam in my movie.
Yeah, kick Shazam out of my movie.
I don't want my movie.
Dude, that story did make me mad though a little bit because I was like, that's so annoying that he was like, yeah, I think Shazam would just ruin the vibe of Black Adam. I was like, what is he on about? There are so many movies that can do it. Just because the Joker is good doesn't mean no other movie can have a villain and a hero in the same movie.
Yeah, because like with someone like Black Adam, he can have a standalone movie. Like there's stories and with conduct and all that, so he can have a standalone movie. But like the fact I don't like the reasoning behind The Rock. Like, what he's like, oh, the shame of them would just ruin it. Like, no, if anything, it doesn't even make sense.
It doesn't make
no
sense. It's literally just The Rock being like in his ego. He's like, I want the movie to be about me.
Yeah,
he doesn't want to share the spotlight.
So dumb.
Which is kind of annoying because I do like The Rock, so it doesn't. It's not. I don't like to hate or like I don't like that he did that, but like I just don't like it.
Yeah, it's a tad bit annoying, but I don't know. I'm still not watching the movie. It looks semi-promising.
If it's Marvel or DC, I'm gonna watch it regardless. I'm a sheep. I think the only movie I haven't seen from Marvel or DC is New Mutants, and that's because I genuinely forgot it came out.
That's a movie. I thought it was a show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a movie.
It's a movie?
Yeah. I just forgot.
Like, in theaters?
Yes.
No shot. That came out in theaters.
Yeah, like last year, maybe 2020. I don't know. Maybe during our break here, I can look it up and see. But like, I'm pretty sure it was 2020's era. It was either 2020 or 2021.
I guess I just flew by me because I think the only movies I haven't seen are Internals and Black Widow. And that's only because like I'm the type of guy like if I don't see it in theaters, 2020. Oh yeah, thank you, Intern. If I don't see it in theaters, I'm so reluctant to watch it like on my own.
Especially if I know they're mid.
Yeah.
Like if it's a good movie, like there's a movie I'm in like Elvis. I don't know if Elvis is like good or not, but like I feel like it's a better placed product than like Eternals is. So I'm like Eternals is gonna be bad regardless, but I don't know, maybe Elvis is good, so I can watch it on my own and not watch it in the theaters.
Yeah.
And like blockbusters especially.
Oh, blockbusters are so easy because you already know they're good. Like for me, like if it's a new movie and I'm hearing all this bad shit about it, I don't want to waste my time in the middle of the day to watch a movie.
Yeah.
I don't know, it just feels different when you're in a theater.
It just makes me think of like I want to watch Minions Rise of Gru. I still haven't seen it yet.
I still haven't seen it either, but I still want to watch it.
Yeah.
I don't even think it's in theaters anymore.
I don't think it is either, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it probably still is.
You think so?
I think so. I think they're going to try and hit for like $1 billion or something.
Maybe. But yeah. I also like watching movies in groups. Like, I'm not the type of person, like, because it gives you a motive to go out. Because I know, like, if my friends are going out to watch it, like, The Boys, I'm like, okay, I might as well go and watch the movie. If I like it or don't, I don't really care. I also get out more.
I don't know. That's how I feel like. It's the opposite, I guess. I feel that way with like movies. I'm like, if my dad wants to watch it, I guess I'll see it because I don't gotta pay for it. So if I don't like it, like I didn't pay for it at least. But like when I'm watching with you guys, I gotta pay for it. So I'm like, nah, it's gotta be worth my money.
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm not gonna see no like random no-name movie just because like the boys want to see. I'm like, nah, that's $15 I'm not getting back if I don't like it.
That's how I felt during Carnage. I was like, why am I here right now? I don't want to be here no more.
See, that's the thing. I've never paid for a single Sony movie because I'm like, I don't care for. So I know Sony's trash, and I'm like, I even told my dad, I was like, genuinely, we don't even have to watch Morbius when it comes out. He's like, no, we're watching it, and I was like, I mean, like, hey, I guess we're watching Morbius, and like, unironically, the theater was actually empty. Yeah, and it was like opening night, which was crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought at least Carnage would be like at least entertaining. I know from like a comic book standpoint, I knew they weren't gonna do it right, but Venom at least was like entertaining. So I was like, okay, at least I can get a good chuckle out of me. But no, it was just a shit show.
Nah, it's such a bad movie. Sony's such a bad job.
It upsets me.
It has been a minute since we talked about Marvel, so on that note, let's take a break real quick before we start diving into Marvel. So let's ask you this question, Devin. How do you feel about like the breaks we take nowadays and our episodes? Like
in mid episodes, or
yeah.
I mean, I was always worried about like the episode turning out like choppy or like looking like just hard cuts. I haven't seen it since the first one we did do it was with the award show, so I haven't seen like what the process looks like yet.
You haven't seen the episode yet, yeah.
So yeah, I don't really have an opinion, but I'm hoping it turns out well. You know, quality. I like the quality of like the new cameras. I don't know. We're not peach and fuzzy anymore, but I don't know. I haven't seen the award, so I don't know yet.
Yeah, well, you guys have seen it, so let us know how you feel about the breaks and the cuts in it. Because I mean, personally, a lot of times I do like taking the breaks because it gives us time to like get situated. Especially if we feel conversation dying, take a break there, think about like life for a second, and be like, okay, life is pointless, and then we like get back into it.
Like, man, what are we doing? What are we doing here?
I don't even know, bro. We're just like suffering, something like that.
Anyways, welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back, boys. We in this. Yeah, we're so excited. We've never been depressed before.
Never. These aren't drugs.
Yeah, cut out that segment where
But no, we're talking about Marvel.
I don't really want to talk about Marvel.
You brought it up.
We always talk about Marvel.
All right, Marvel podcast time.
What are like the things we always talk about? Marvel and then like One Piece. But that's only when Tyler's here. Actually, we didn't even reference that. Yeah, Tyler is gonna be gone for about like 16-ish episodes. So like, just bear with us. Sometimes it may be just us two, like it is right now. Maybe Eduardo will be here. We can have a guest be on here sometimes. But right now we're dealing with some tough times right now. It's hard to find another spot right here for a guest.
Yeah, we're hoping to
host.
We're hoping to fill out this, like, I guess this absence of Tyler.
Yeah,
this blank arc with like a lot of fun like new content we're trying to push out
for sure. So it's a grind. If you guys miss Tyler, just trust me, we miss him too. Having Tyler on the episodes helps a lot more than you guys think it does. So
yeah, it makes he's a very talkative guy. So like with me and Gabe, like Gabe can like bring up a topic and then Tyler will carry said topic, and I'm really good at like just like responding. So that dynamic alone is pretty good. But
yeah, and surely you guys can tell from the views. Obviously, you love the dynamic of us three, and it is amazing. But Tyler has life going on, and we gotta wait for Tyler to finish what he's doing, and he will be back. Yeah. But I will just let you know, I did speak to Tyler on the phone after the awards. He was a little upset you guys didn't give him a single award. He's saying if you guys really liked him, he should have won something.
I still think he was robbed. He was robbed out of
He was robbed 2 awards.
Yeah,
he should have won Best Out of Context Clip easily.
He should have won that.
And he should have won Best Nickname.
Why?
Super White Tyler.
I guess, but that's like such a new nickname.
So
they have no like connection to it.
I guess.
And we all know the Minutes for Hire is here to stay. So
I don't know. You haven't used it. Like you only used it once.
Yeah. He only came on the podcast once.
I guess. But yeah. That was Tyler was a bit upset about that, and he said that's the main reason he's gonna take this hiatus here. He said blame you guys for not giving him an award.
Yeah, he's in his depressed arc now. Listening to
Bart Simpson edits.
Yeah, he listened to Juice WRLD and
Mac Miller.
Yeah, he also listens to Recipe. Juice WRLD's in his
Juice WRLD is it?
Juice WRLD is series, so he's in his Juice WRLD edit.
Oh yeah, for sure. Oh, what was I gonna say? I think I had something here.
About what?
Oh, that's something different. Have you seen like because I saw this thing recently on Twitter. It was like hidden features in songs where it's like they're not an artist isn't credited as a feature.
Oh, like they're not like credited, but they're in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen something like that because I can't remember the song, but every once in a while I do like hear someone and I look at like the credits. I'm like, where the fuck is this guy? I only seen it once in one song, but
you remember what it is?
No, I can't remember what it is. But why'd you bring it up?
Well, because this one dude is posting a list. He was like some of like his favorite hidden features in songs. And I was like, no shot. I didn't even hear that. One of them is obvious. Like I heard it when I first heard the song was Under the Sun. You remember that from Dreamville?
Under the Sun, yeah.
Yeah, Kendrick Lamar sings
that is what it is. Okay, it's Under the Sun because
yeah.
I was going through my Spotify playlist because I finally had Spotify and I added Under the Sun by Dreamville. Not by Dreamville, but
it is by Dreamville.
Oh yeah, it is. Okay, and I added it. Okay, I was trying to remember what song it was.
Yeah, that one is obvious, like, because he sings the hook. So I'm like, yeah, that is obvious. And, like, that one I always understood. Except I didn't understand why he wasn't credited.
I don't know.
That didn't make sense to me.
I don't think he's in the music video either.
He's not, which everyone thought was weird.
Which confused me, because I saw the music video. I'm like, okay, I see the lineup. I'm like, where the fuck's Kendrick at?
I don't know. It was so weird. It's like they were steeping with the story that it's, like, hidden. It's not Kendrick. I'm like, I know it's Kendrick. I know his voice.
Do you know why they do that? Like why people
sometimes yes,
I know because like surprise factor, hey, he's in it, but
yes, like Astroworld, the reason no features are shown if you look at Astroworld's track list is for surprise. He wants you to listen to the album and find out who's on the song.
I guess,
and I think it's the same with I Am Greater Than I Was from 21 Savage. He doesn't want you to know who's on the song before you listen to it.
I guess, but like you would think like just tagging the name would helps. Like draw in more than
it does, which is why it's even more impressive to get the polls without it.
Yeah, you're right. I guess it sort of is the flux. Like, yeah, I getting these numbers without your name in it. I might carried by your name slowly.
Yeah, and J. Cole did famously go platinum with no features.
No features, yeah.
But let's say an example of why some people would hide it is an example I was telling our first intern Eddie, not Frederick this time. Denzel Curry's album Taboo, Billie Eilish is on one of the songs, but she's not listed as the feature because her label didn't want her to be on that song. They didn't want her to be affiliated with that type of music, is what they said.
Oh, but she was on the song regardless.
Because she liked him. She's like, Denzel Curry's my friend. I want to be on his song. So she sang she gave him vocals and everything. She's on the song, but she's not credited as a feature because her label said you can't do it. And she's like, well, I'll do it. I just won't take credit then.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It's kind of annoying because like Billie Eilish is on no one. She's on no one's song. She has no features with anyone.
Really? She's on no one's?
No. That's not... I don't think it is her label's fault because she has said she doesn't like working with other people. Like, not working with other people. She doesn't like being on other people's songs. She has said that. But I feel like a part of it is the label as well. Because, like she said, Denzel Curry is her friend. And she wanted to be on that song. And they were like, no, we don't like you being affiliated with Monkey Music or something.
That's crazy. Yeah, I always find it interesting when there is a feature or you see like a couple artists work together that you don't think would.
Yeah.
Like when J. Cole does something with anyone, I'm like...
Yeah, I was literally just telling you.
J. Cole was anyone like when he did release Under the Sun, I was like, the baby J. Cole. Like, what is this? What is this? What dude, is this, dude?
I was telling Eddie this too. I was like, because I can't remember who he was telling me. There was someone that he was telling me that he was like, there are like, I see them featuring with random. I think it was Eminem or something. He's like, they feature with random people all the time. You want to talk about featuring random people? J. Cole.
J. Cole is just like, he's everywhere.
I'm like, everywhere. Who is Bia? He also saw me. I'm like, who are you?
I mean, because J. Cole's the type of guy. He likes seeing like he talks about like he likes seeing like the new generation, like seeing like what new music is and like what the new kids are doing. So he likes featuring on either his song or like being on their songs just to like let them eat, let them build up their songs. It's cool.
It's like part of my favorite thing is like going to a random nigga song that he's on and be like, is the song actually good or is it carried by J. Cole? And it's like, let's play the game. Is it carried by J. Cole?
And for the most, I mean, it's not always because like
no, it's not always
because like it's always the rumored J. Cole effect. For some reason, when J. Cole's like niggas just eat. Niggas just eat. Like I got J. Cole on my song. All right,
you gotta step up.
I gotta step up, and they always step up to the plate. Like people like 21 Savage and all of them, like they always step up.
I will say though, one of my because usually J. Cole's feature run has been phenomenal. I think he has one of the best feature runs of any artist has like of recently. Because I think he started his feature run like 2018-ish because it's like when A Lot came out.
Even better.
Because after A Lot is when he started it.
Oh yeah, A Lot. Yeah.
He started his run of like doing features with people.
I love A Lot. A Lot's such a good song.
And like since then, that run he's been on has been pretty amazing. And I've only heard one song where he featured on. And I was like, it's not the best, but I don't think it's like a miss necessarily. Because I like Joyner Lucas. I didn't think his song with Joyner Lucas was that good though. I didn't think his verse was that good on.
It was alright.
Your Heart.
You think J. Cole has better features than Eminem?
I don't know many of Eminem features. I know his feature.
I know
on
he featured
The
a
Hills.
lot, but I can't remember any Eminem songs by name.
So I know off Dome right now. I know EPMD 2 with Nas. I know The Hills with The Weeknd. I know he has No Favors with Big Sean. His features are really good too.
Yeah, because I know Eminem's another person who is just featuring people just
Ooh, I think the difference is though Eminem features people and more like J. Cole features on random people's songs. Eminem more like features on people who are known, but he brings unknown people to feature on his song. Eminem and J. Cole had a song?
What was that 2022?
What? This is cap. How would I not hear about this? What?
Is fake. This
is fake news. No shot.
Me.
What's the song name? Let me see. Show it again. Promise? Let me see. Because I was kind of surprised when I saw like on DJ Khaled's album that Kanye and Eminem were having a song.
Yeah.
I was like, Eminem doesn't even like Kanye anymore. Why is he doing this? But I guess Eminem's like different now. Maybe he's like made up with Kanye.
Eminem featuring J. Cole. So J. Cole was the feature.
Is it an unreleased song?
I don't know. Is this slow?
I guess so. It came out in May.
Oh, it's slow.
Yeah, it says unreleased.
Oh, it's unreleased. Okay. I was confused with what Intern was showing us, to be honest. I was
I was like, did I say something wrong? He's like, actually, his name isn't Eminem anymore.
Actually,
he goes by Marshall.
Yeah, he's Marshall now. I'll listen to that later.
Yeah, me too. But yeah, like I remember well, kind of researching why, like, because I was wondering the same thing when I was listening to like Music to Be Murdered By. I was like, why does Eminem just have a bunch of features from random niggas I've never heard before? Well, okay, most of the time I have heard of them, but it's just like people. I'm like, I would never expect Eminem to work with Anderson .Paak or Young M.A. And then I was like, why does he do that? And apparently Eminem like was trying to like give back, I guess, to the community. He was like, oh yeah, let me just help boost these guys up by putting them on my album. Yeah. So it is kind of similar to what J. Cole is doing, except he's putting them on his album instead of going to them. He's like, yeah, you're on my album now. So if the song sucks, they won't hate you, they'll hate me.
Yeah. That's cool. That's why I respect Eminem and J. Cole, because like they're two guys who's been around for quite some time, and like they're like doing their research, and like they're like just finding new kids and just amping them up.
Yeah. Another guy, Lil Wayne, features on a lot of people's songs, and I think thing is with Lil Wayne is if Lil Wayne features on a song, Lil Wayne respects him because he's very picky with who he features with at this point in his career. He's like, you gotta be good for me to have a feature on this. He's like, let me listen to you real quick. You good? You straight? I'll be on your album.
You get the Wayne approval.
Yeah. So that's why I know if I see Lil Wayne on an album, like they have Lil Wayne's approval, they're probably good. They're probably solid.
Very good.
Like Lil Wayne was on JID's album. I was like, I knew it. This is good. This is gonna be heat. Like
he deserves the JID.
Lil Wayne's features are insane as well.
His features are insane. Yeah.
There's so many. Okay, I don't know. We're talking about feature runs here. We're not even talking about 21 Savage here. 21 Savage features are insane as well.
Yeah, especially nowadays. Yeah,
he's gone on a feature run ever since he decided I'm not dropping albums anymore. I'm just gonna feature.
Like something just clicked in his brain. He's like, you know what? I don't need to release music no more. I'm gonna be on your song.
Yeah, I dropped one album, won a Grammy. I'm done. I'm done. I'm just featuring now. I don't make albums anymore. And like Lil Baby as well.
Yeah, Lil Baby as well. Yeah.
Except Lil Baby actually does drop music. Yeah, don't ram me. I'm taking off my pants. It's kind of hot in here.
I was so confused. I saw you kept adjusting. I'm like, oh, he's just adjusting his back.
No,
you're just stripping in the studio.
It's hot, bro.
Why are you wearing pants over your shorts anyway?
You know what I mean? I gotta be ready for in case we're going to the park.
But it's
like you got next? I'm like, yeah, I got next.
Yeah, but we're in Texas. I don't know why you're wearing sweats to begin with.
Yeah, that's inside though. Can you turn the cool on? Bro, it's kind of hot in here.
Jesus Christ.
I think it's all these hot takes.
all these
Michael Jackson, low-key mid. Yeah. Beyonce's mid.
I don't think it's a hot take. I think people are...
The Michael Jackson one?
No, I'm talking about Beyonce. I think people are realizing nowadays that Beyonce is... She's a little washed.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
Renaissance is still nominated for a Grammy this year. Everyone loved it.
But all these female artists that came out, and people are kind of like, when a female artist comes out, they always compare her to Beyonce, no matter who they are. And I think people are realizing that she's kind of washed.
I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, Beyonce's fans are still solid.
I mean, but her fans, those are her fans.
Yeah,
and they're always like Queen Bee, like. I don't
know, but you think about someone like Eminem. His fans did turn on him. When sometimes an artist will have fans turn on him. I don't feel like Beyonce's fans have turned on her yet. And that's why I feel like when people will acknowledge their wash is when even their own fans will turn on them. And fans haven't turned on Beyonce.
I think Beyonce's washed.
People turned on J. Cole too when he dropped KOD because niggas hated it for some reason.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad album.
No.
I thought that was weird when he did drop that and there was so much hate. Was it my favorite album? No, but there's some bangers on KOD. ATM is really good.
Everything's good, bro. Let's be honest.
I'm trying to remember.
Window Pane.
Kevin's Heart was really good.
Yeah. His diss track on Lil Pump.
Yeah, his diss track. For the fall. No, was it the fall?
Intro to 1985.
Yeah, 1985. Yeah.
Or no, not Intro to 1985. It's like 1985 Intro to the Fall Off.
And yeah, there it is.
Because the Fall Off was, I think, supposed to be his next album, but he changed it and made Off Season first. Unless I'm wrong, because it would make sense for Off Season to come first, like in thematics of it, because it's like the Off Season. I can't remember. There's something else in between it. I think the Fall Off is supposed to be his last album, and he retires. Pretty sure. There's one more right after the Off Season. I can't remember what it was called.
I can't remember.
But I know they're like all themed. It's like the Off Season. I think it's like it's not MVP year or anything. That's like what Polo G does. It's something different. Something to do with like him being at the top or something. And then there's the Fall Off, and I think that's supposed to be his last album.
Yeah, but KOD's not a bad album by any means. It was weird.
No.
When I first heard it, I was a little put off. That's only because it gives something I wasn't too used to when it came to J. Cole. But like as I listened to it more, and I still bump to like certain songs to it to this day. It's a pretty good album.
I think it's kind of similar to what I said I felt like when Dan first came out. I was like,
Was Kendrick?
I didn't like that it was different Kendrick, but I don't think KOD isn't really different J. Cole.
It's
It's
not
like
different,
the
but,
beats
like-
are different though for sure.
Yeah, the beat.
That may be
it caught me off guard because I'm not used to J. Cole being with beats like that. It did cut me
Yeah.
off, but
That might be it though. That might have been the beats is the issue because people like J. Cole's type of beats that he
Yeah.
usually uses, and they didn't like that he switched it up. Maybe
I guess
they feel like he was trying to appeal to a mainstream audience.
I don't even see that because like in his songs he talks about like the mainstream and like not falling for
Well, the whole point of the album is talking about that.
Especially with like ATM and all that. So I don't know.
I mean, yeah, the album is called KOD, which means Kids on Drugs.
Kids on drugs, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I feel like I remember when it came out why it was hated on, but as of right now, it's like as of recording, it's been 4 years since
Yeah.
it dropped. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I listened to it with my dad, and he played it like, yo, you know J. Cole dropped a new album. I was like, oh shit, it dropped today, and he played it, and like the first song he was put off. He was like,
ATM?
Was ATM the first on the album?
Pretty sure, unless it's just intro.
'Cause I think it is ATM now. I think about it. He was put off by the I think he did the same thing you said. He was put off. He was like, yo, this is kind of a weird beat. This ain't my J. Cole.
It's not a J. Cole type beat. If you look up J. Cole type beat on YouTube, it ain't KOD.
Yeah, it's not KOD. He was put off when you first listened to it, but after growing up, and actually like,
Nah, yeah, it's intro, like I said.
Oh, it's intro.
and then KOD. Actually, ATM is not even top 3.
oh, it's not.
No, it's intro and then KOD.
Oh, KO is hard as shit.
I can see that.
I
KOD
think
is a
it was-
weird intro.
Yeah, because I think he for some reason I think he skipped the intro actually, and then he went straight into KO.
I think ATM would have been a better first song for this album.
Yeah,
But I think for the story he's trying to tell, it makes sense for ATM to be where it
I don't
is.
think ATM's beats even that crazy.
It's not.
Yeah, no, it's pretty. It's pretty
ATM
subtle.
does kind of seem like
It's
a J. Cole type
KOD.
beat.
It's KOD. I'm thinking about where it's kind of
That makes sense.
It's kind of wacky, kind of like
KOD is very contentious.
KOD is hard as shit. But I don't know. I like it. I like KOD.
You like the hook. Dude, I don't know. Like, I think this album has good hidden gems in here. Like, Photograph is really good.
Yeah, Photograph is pretty good.
Motivate is good. Kevin's like, he still has good messages in here. Brackets is really good too.
Yeah.
And then Once the Addict is really good. He talks about his mom. So a lot of people skip that song because it says interlude on it. And I know people skip interludes and intros and stuff all the time.
I usually do because usually
Yeah.
just them talking. I'm like, bro, how did I care?
Yeah, sometimes they trick you. Like,
Yes, I did. Yeah.
I remember Music to Be Murdered By. I thought the same thing when that came out. I was like, I think I learned this from Eddie when I was in his car or something, and he was playing it. I was like, well, I've never heard this song before. He's like, yeah, it's from Music to Be Murdered By. I was like, no, it's not. I listened to the whole of them. It's cap.
It's gotta be
I was like, what is it called? He's like, it's called the intro. I'm like, he raps on the intro. It like surprises me. I'm like, oh yeah, sometimes they do that.
because that's the whole point of the intro. They're introducing like what the album might be about. Or
Yeah.
just, like what they're doing at that time.
It's like a 50-50 chance. So at this point, I actually do listen to intros now because I'm like, this is a 50-50 shot. They're actually rapping.
Might as well just do it.
Yeah. But yeah, I thought that was pretty interesting.
But no, I was definitely not like a hater, but I was also put off when the album first came out. But I guess safe to say like I already like it now.
You obviously like the off season, right?
Yeah.
Where would you rank like the off season as discography?
Like out of everything.
Yeah.
So what we got? We got the off season, KOD,
For Your Eyes Only, 2014
Only.
Forest Hills Drive, Cold World, and Born Sinner.
Oh, shit. I really like Born the Sinner.
Am I missing something?
I would say maybe top.
I guess if you want to count the Friday Night Lights and the warm up or something, but those are mixtapes, so I wouldn't count those.
Well, yeah, was that in total like 6? 6?
Of albums, you have Cold World, Born Sinner, 2014 Forest Hills Drive, For Your Eyes Only. I already say Born Sinner, I did.
Yeah.
Then KOD, then the
KOD.
off season.
But 7?
6. It's 6.
Oh, 6. Okay, so I was right. 6. Off season.
Is it top 3?
Top 3? You think top 3?
Let me look.
I'm trying to think
I don't
because
know.
like
At
what
this
do you have over it?
See, I had this I was listening to J. Cole recently. Like, when I say recently, it was like a month ago or so, because like every now and then I go in the phase where I'm like, I want to listen to something that I like maybe slept on. So like I think just recently, actually recently, not like months ago, like I'm saying here, but like last week I was like, let me go listen to Life After Death, because I think I kind of slept on Life After Death, which if you don't know, it's Biggie's second album and his only album, the last album he made when he was alive. And I was like, maybe I slept on this album a little bit, because I'm a Ready to Die like simp. I'm like, Ready to Die is the best album ever. Like, I don't actually think that, but like I'm like, it's one of the best albums ever. I'm gonna keep listening to it. Right. I didn't really care for Ready to Die other than like Hypnotize, and I listened to it. I was like, yeah, it's pretty good. So I think I've been doing that a lot lately with artists, and I don't know if it started with J. Cole. Yeah, like albums I usually slept on before, and I'm like, let me just give this another shot again. And I went back and listened to For Your Eyes Only, and I think it is. I thought it was underrated at first, and I looked at the numbers.
You thought it was underrated?
Yeah, no one talks about
why?
it.
I mean,
no one talks about it. Everyone talks about his other albums. So I was like, I thought no one liked it, but no, everyone's like, yeah, this album's really good. And I was like, oh, I guess I was asleep then.
I don't know, cause like, I guess I didn't say top on the podcast. I don't really talk to anyone about music, but like, For Your Eyes Only is it's pretty.
Yeah, it's solid.
It's pretty solid.
I know, but like, I was like, no one talks about this album. It must be like a bottom album. I was listening, so I was like, oh yeah, this song is on here. This song is on here. Oh, it's
pretty solid.
He's kind of eating here. A lot of songs I didn't know were on that album at first, because I don't know. For me, I just thought like, I associate a lot of his popular songs with 2014 Forest Hills Drive.
I mean,
so I just assume that most of the songs are from there. Like Deja Vu, I thought for sure was 2014 Forest Hills Drive song. It wasn't. It's a For Your Eyes Only song.
Yeah. I'm weird when it comes to albums, because like I was even telling Jose this, because Jose's the type of guy. I mean, like, I think you and Jose, you're the type of people like can like listen to like a playlist with only one singular artist over. I can't do that.
Tyler does it too.
Tyler does it too. Okay, yeah. I can't really do that. Unless I really like you, but even then, like, I barely do with some of my top artists. I really like mixing shit up, because I like feeling different vibes at different times.
Well, it's just like, I feel like for me, I like to like rate and review things, so that's why I do it.
That's what I was saying. If I was to do that, it would probably be me like reviewing, and I haven't reviewed an album. I think the last one I like was like listened to fully just to compare with like Donda, just to see.
Yeah. Well, because for me, like, I actually do talk to other people about music, right? And we actually do go over and like talk about it. We're like, yeah, do you think that's why I listen to so many albums that come out yearly, because I do like talk to other people about it, and we like review things. I know you guys asked for it, but like I actually already do like a top 5 out. You guys said top 10. I do like a top 5 album every year with my other friends all the time. I think last one I did it, weird enough, I don't know why I forgot this, on the rap special for 2018, I believe. I said Astroworld, but Astroworld wasn't even my original choice when 2018 actually passed. Like at the time, it was Taboo, and I don't know why I changed my mind for the rap special. I don't agree with that. I do think Taboo is my choice. So I don't know why I changed my mind there. I guess it was just the mindset I was in at that point. I probably listening to Travis Scott more, and I was like, it's better.
Yeah.
But no, like usually Taboo is my choice for 2018. And I usually do have a list, which is why like when we were doing that list, I had so many honorable mentions, because I already had my top 5 for those years. I was like, yeah. I think last year was really tough for me, because there was like the off season I loved, and then there was so much else. Tyler the Creator dropped last year too. And when we do top 5 albums, we don't just do rap, it's just everything. So I was also including like Billie Eilish in there. And like 2018 was tough because Post Malone dropped Beer Bongs and Bentleys that year, and I was like, it's a really good album, I like it. So that's a lot tougher than if we were to just do a top 5 rap albums every year with Deven on this channel. That would be a lot easier for me, because it's just one genre. I don't have to like pick and choose between like, how am I feeling, like what kind of mood? I like Brent Faiyaz more, because like I don't think Brent Faiyaz would be making this year's category, although I do like his album. He's not rap, so he's probably not gonna make the cut here. I don't know if you even listen to Brent Faiyaz like that.
I don't even know what that is.
Really?
No.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it might be. I don't know, I'm weird when it comes to music. Ever since I like went into like the military, I just stopped listening to, not like I stopped listening to music, but I stopped listening to like new stuff that came out, because I fell behind, because I lost like 2 months of my life.
Yeah. And
then so I fell behind, and I think I remember you said something about like Post Malone dropping a new album. I was like, that's cool, I'll listen to it.
What year did you leave?
I left in 2019.
Okay, so yeah, it was
you told me Post Malone dropped a new album during that time. I was like, yeah, I'll listen to it.
Yeah,
and
it was when I went to Posty Fest.
Yeah, I just never did, and I was like, man, there's so much shit I could listen to. I'm just not. So I fell back to listening like a lot of like old stuff, like a lot of like old albums. I was like, all right, I'm still recycle this.
Frank Sinatra?
Not even Frank Sinatra, just like because I've always been a Frank Sinatra fan. Just like, not when I mean old, just like old in general. Like anything that ain't current, I'm just listening to that.
Like,
because there's so many albums I could just fall back on, whether it's rap or just any genre. Because I do listen to like a lot of genres. I like mixing and matching. So I just fell back on that for like a good like 2 years. And now I'm like at Spotify, so I'm like, no, I think it was, I want to say it's 2021 maybe. I started listening to more albums, so I was like, I might as well. I don't know why I'm not.
Well, when I started doing the like the top fives with my other friends, that was around 2020, I believe, because it definitely wasn't when I was in school still. It was definitely after that point. So I want to say it was 2020, maybe late 2020, or maybe late 2019-ish. And that's when I really started getting into listening to albums just like by itself. Because I used to just like, what I would do is I'd go to Spotify, I'd go to iTunes, I'd just look at their most popular songs. I'm like, I want to get into this artist. Let me just go to their most popular songs and listen to it. Which, if I want to get into an artist, I still do that. Like when I was trying to get into MF Doom back in the day, I was like, yeah, I will look at his top songs first, and then I'll go album by album. And niggas like saying comic book lines, it's not like it's cringe, but like I'll give him a shot first to hook me with his most popular songs. I'm like, okay, it's good enough. I'll give his albums a listen. If it's not good enough, I don't give it a listen.
Makes sense.
And I don't remember the last time someone's ever been like not interesting enough for me. Maybe like Benny the Butcher, maybe. But for the most part, they kind of get me. Yeah, they kind of get me hooked in a little bit.
So why don't you like MF Doom? Because I want to get into this. Because like, I don't know. Because it's like, I'm the type of person who did just get him recently, and I do really like him. So I want to know, like, why, like, I know you, like, we talked about it kind of on, like, the music special, and, like, how you decided, like, you were comparing to other rappers and stuff, but I don't know, I don't really see it. I feel like he himself has put himself in this, like, kind of niche category, and he kind of just does it.
Oh, yeah, just copy and paste what Linksys said, and I don't see the comparison. Yeah, valid. Linksys, you did make me think about it. I agree. Yeah, I agree. I was kind of wrong with the Nas take. He doesn't really. They're not the same. I agree with that. I don't really know why I said. I mean, I do know why I said it. It's because I think their voices are similar, is what I was trying to say. But I don't think it came off that way in the episode. I'm not saying they say the same things or anything, because I know it did sound like that when I said like he's worse than Nas, and kind of a weird argument. It was more like I didn't like that his voice sounded similar to Nas, and I was like, if I want to, I don't know. I couldn't really explain it. It was weird. The Nas comparison was weird, and I agree. It was a weird take, and I don't like it. But for MF Doom, it feels like he just doesn't say anything. It feels like he's just, I don't know. I feel like
he's just rambling on.
Yeah.
I guess. I think there is some moments where he does do that, but I feel like he does it on purpose, and it's not his main stick. But every once in a while, he does just throw something random in there because he's like, yeah, I know y'all let's do it and love it anyway, so I'm just gonna do it. And he does it to like some like hard beat, and it just makes sense. If you're like that one TikTok you sent me.
Yeah. But yeah, as Deven once said. Oh, me and Tyler were talking about this. Like, it'd be funny if like for a game, like randomly on an episode, like we come back from break and say instead of me opening it from break you come in, and it's like the game of like, put your answers in right now. Is Deven gonna say but yeah or but nah? Which one will he say?
Yeah,
because sometimes just like me and Tyler were watching an episode, we're like, how do you know which one Deven's gonna go for? He can hit you with a but yeah or a but nah. You're like, let's get into your head a little bit. What goes through your head when you choose between a but nah or a but yeah?
Let me see. Now that I'm thinking about it, usually when I say but nah, it's usually like I can see like a conversation I don't really care for. And then I think of but yeah, it's like, oh, I see the conversations, there's going to be dead space. Let me just say but yeah, and then just segue somewhere else.
Okay. So but nah is a negative connotation.
Yeah, I think like when I hear like when someone like Eduardo or someone like say something like dumb, I'm like, all right, but no. I think it's more like a moving on. It's both moving on, but for different situations. I think.
Yeah, but yeah, it's like, this is an interesting conversation, but I don't have anything to add. But I don't want it to die.
I don't want it to die. So let's just segue. Let's move on. Well, like doopy doop, I'm like, all right, but no, let's. I know he said that, and all, but like,
it's only a matter of time before Eduardo just gets. I don't know, man. It's been a minute since we have Eduardo on an actual episode. What is it like? Episode. I'm technically 51. He's there, but like that episode is so old, as you guys could tell, which you've commented and told us. So, really, that was 3 months ago, maybe. So it's been like 3 months since we had Eduardo on a real episode. And then again, I didn't watch that. I didn't watch episode 51 recently. I watched it like a while ago.
What is 51? What episode is that?
The one that just came out.
Oh, that one. Yeah.
Without the camera.
Going with the camera.
But it's been a long time. I don't know how Eduardo's going to be on this podcast. We haven't talked to Eduardo in a long time on podcast.
I was talking to you. I was talking to someone about it. I was like, I feel like this would be weird because like it's not like we're not friends with Eduardo. I mean, I'm not friends with Eduardo, but I can definitely talk to the guy. But talking to him on the podcast is just it's a different vibe. Cause like I feel like I don't talk to Gabe like this on the podcast. Like when I talk to him like outside, like it's not completely different, but it's not as formal, I guess. I don't think Eduardo has that formal like switch where he like waits to speak. He just says like the first thing that comes out top of his mind, and then sometimes that does kind of like ruin the flow of like our conversation or completely like derail it. But I don't know. That's my thought process. I feel like he just doesn't. He loves to hear himself talk.
For sure.
And as y'all know, in those earlier episodes, he loves to talk.
Listen to any episode between 1 through 10. You can see Eduardo loves himself more than any woman has ever loved him. That's clearly
crazy. And he also doesn't like. He thinks every conversation he does bring up is super interesting, and sometimes it's not. Okay, I hate it. Like I love the guy, right? Like sometimes, do you? Sometimes he brings up a conversation. I'm like, bro, I do not care for this, because like. In my mind, like I know I'm on a podcast. I know I'm talking to a camera. I know I'm like we have some of an audience, right? So let me try to at least bring up something that I know either the boys can respond to, or maybe y'all can respond to with something interesting. But no, we're all like, yeah, I went to the store today. I got a sandwich.
It was bussin', bro.
It was good. I'm like, wow, what's the difference have to with anything? It has nothing to do with anything.
I agree. Eduardo do be saying stuff that's like. He swears his life is more interesting than
he has a protagonist syndrome. Like he thinks he's the main character.
He's like, dude, I think they're gonna love this story. I tell him real quick.
It's about the bus.
Let me just eat real ip here.
I'm not to say like I'm super interesting. I don't think like I'm the most interesting guy in the world, but at least I try to like. at least I try to entertain to my best of my ability to at least make somewhat of an interesting conversation.
I would like to say I'm pretty interesting.
You do nothing all day. You sit in your room all day. You watch VTubers. You play Valorant. What's so interesting about you?
If I sit at home all day watching VTubers all day, how am I so knowledgeable about so many different subjects then, Deven?
Like music? You can listen to
music. How do I know so much about music, sports, any type of media show, not just anime, if all I do is sit at home and do nothing?
You can do that.
How do I know about all this stuff? How do I know about psychology, philosophy? How do I know about these things?
Psychology and psychology?
Yes.
Yeah, you're the prove that to me. I'm just saying. But you can do that off in the comfort of your gamer chair.
I don't sit in that gamer chair.
You don't sit in your gamer chair? Where do you sit? On your bed?
Not very often, yeah. If I'm at home. I'm not at home very often anymore. Yeah, I'll admit, there was a period back on like let's say to put it in podcast sense, maybe like the 20s, I think. 20s was probably around the time where I actually did do nothing. Probably why the episodes were boring, because I didn't do anything, so I wasn't interesting as I am now. Then the 40s, around the 30s and 40s, when like you guys started loving Gabe because he's the GOAT, right? That's when I started doing stuff and trying to better my mind.
trying to expand your mind.
That's when I learned that I was a polymath. And I just, I love it. I'm the guy.
You're the guy?
Yeah. He doesn't even know what a polymath is. Just shows you who really sits at home and does nothing all day, bro.
I mean, I'm barely home as it is. I like exploring. I'm so like, I do like
exploring. Dora?
Yeah, you can call me, I'm an explorer, dude. Especially now that I moved, I'm not in the same city anymore, so I just go out and I walk. I just exist. I like existing in wherever surrounding I'm in. I live by a mall, so I checked out the mall. I walked around it like an NPC character. I was like,
going to the mall is an NPC move now?
I don't know. Like I feel like when you're in a mall by yourself, I feel like I'm an NPC because I'm just walking. I'm listening to music. I'm just like, that store exists. okay. Oh, that store. Cool. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird feeling going to things by yourself, like going to a movie by yourself, going to the mall by yourself.
I guess.
It's kind of weird.
To it. I always go places alone, so I'm kind of used to it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I usually am alone since I don't really hang out with y'all all that much.
You don't have friends, yeah.
Don't say that. So like a lot of my interactions are through Discord with y'all. So when I do something, it's usually by myself. So I just feel like I'm vibing. I feel like I'm just existing in the moment. Especially now since like I'm in the military, so I do travel a lot. I'm easier in a state I've never been before, so I'm just existing in that state. It's a cool feeling. Just like I'm in a state, no one knows who I am. I don't know anyone here. I'm just a vibe. I'm just a blending in the background. I'm just a background character.
Intern, can we get a Photoshop of Deven as Dora the Explorer? Deven the Explorer? Let's nominate him for nickname this year. Deven the Explorer. I need to see what that picture is. Editor, if the intern made it, put it right here or somewhere, wherever there's empty space. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I don't know. It's because I told people this. Like, you eat alone. I'm like, yeah. Do you not eat alone? Do you like? Because I do eat a lot. And when I go to like places or restaurants, I'm just by myself. And for some reason, it's a weird concept to people. Just eat by yourself. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't think so. I've never heard people say it's weird.
I don't know, because I've talked to people because I actually have friends outside of this group.
Sure he does.
I do.
That's a lie.
That's not cap.
Look at the camera shaking it, so it's like, nah, bro. I mean, it's not shaking, but like it is. Basically.
It is shaking. Because I talked.
Yeah, you see it. The viewer said no, but yeah.
But even my family, my friends, they're like, why do you eat by yourself? I'm like, because I can. Like, it's not weird to go out and eat by yourself. I find it relaxing.
The only time I've heard people say that is at school. They're like, yeah, why at lunch? Why are you eating alone?
Because that is weird. Because like you're surrounded by like people. You might as well.
What if you don't like anyone there?
Okay, yeah. I mean, there's not a single person you like at your school. That's like that's like weirdo energy.
How?
I don't know. I feel like there's not a single person in your school you don't like.
Or what if you just like being alone? You like your lunchtime is your you time, and every other because you're always in class all the time. You wouldn't have your alone time.
By your alone time, I guess. I can see that because I know Jose sat by himself.
Well, that's because he didn't have friends.
I know.
It wasn't like because he liked his alone time.
I pulled up on him. I was like, Jose, why are you by yourself? He's like, what do you mean? Look at all these spaces. I'm like, Jose, there's no one sitting here. Like, yesterday they're in line. Like, no, there's no. I don't see book bags here. they're in line, bro. I promise. I came back like 10 minutes later, see if anyone was still there. No, he was by himself eating his burger, which is nothing wrong with. You still have to lie to me. Jose likes to put on this persona like he's the guy. I'm like, Jose, you don't have to prove anything to me. I know you.
Isn't that what you do? Don't you put on a persona that you're like the guy?
Not really. I think it's fun to like. I mean, I guess you could say that, but I think it's fun to just to talk shit. But I mean, I am the guy. I mean, I don't know who's who. I don't know
got this. Wait, hang on, viewers. Can you guys answer a question for me? If he's the guy, who won this award? Was it him? It wasn't. Huh. I wonder who won it.
I mean,
it was me. Oh, that makes sense.
I mean, just because you're voted for it doesn't mean anything. You know, there's flops.
Classic cope.
That's whatever. I don't want to get into it, but I don't think I play up anything unless it's like for comedic reasons.
Yeah, I guess. Talk about playing characters real quick. Let's expose it, people real quick. We got Eduardo. Infamous lie, right? He's admitted himself he lies all the time.
Yeah.
When he comes on this podcast, I'll let you know, half the things he says is just cap. He says things for the podcast. We said this in the award show. He does not believe that Apple take as much as he says he does. Mainly because if you go watch the original episode where he said the take, we caught him in a lie. Because he said Apple's not top 5. We said name your top 5. He proceeded to say Apple as the 5th one. So you can see he gets caught up in his own lies sometimes.
He's such an enigma to me because like he just lies to lie. And like he just like I don't know if he likes to argue or if he just likes lying. Like you gotta be a mixture of both. Yeah. Because he says takes that we've debunked on this podcast that he doesn't believe, but he still says them. I don't know why.
Like the one you tried to debunk it for, like the fingers thing. Is like
the fingers. Like I don't like getting my hands dirty when I eat. I'm like that's so. He's such a messy person.
Yeah.
He's so messy. I don't get that take. He doesn't believe it.
I don't like getting my hands dirty. Meanwhile, he eats a burger.
Yeah. He uses his hand to wipe. I'm like. He has this image of himself that I don't know if he gotta believe it. It's not like he doesn't believe it.
He's got him. I think he's gotta believe it.
Contradicts. I don't get it. He's an enigma. I don't get how his brain works.
But another thing is on the Apple take as well. His top 5 he said in the food episode is completely different from the top 5 he said in the award show. It just tells you something. I would say it's completely different, but like it's different.
Yeah, once you put like more like thought into it and put like a couple more brain cells into the conversation. Because what he had like onion in his list.
Yeah, which is why I think I remember saying this earlier in the podcast. Which, if you guys know this, you're an OG. This is like before Deven was a host type early. Right? I used to call Eduardo. I was like, "You're lucky we didn't have this podcast like 10 weeks earlier," because there's a lot of things he says on the podcast where like a couple weeks ago he just said the complete opposite. So it's like if the podcast was there to chart the things he says, you could see all the contradictions. Like I could see like a compilation from like one of our viewers on YouTube, like 10 minutes of Eduardo contradicting himself straight for like 10 minutes straight. That'd be funny.
Yeah,
because he does it a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really get why he does it. I think it's just an impulse. I think he just can't help himself.
Well, I think it's also a part of it's like he wants to feel more entertaining than he is, so he feels like, oh, let me just say this for the podcast. I think this would be more entertaining than me just telling the truth.
Yeah, but he does it all. He does it off the podcast. Like I didn't grow up this man. I knew this man for like 12 years now. I know everything about this man. He'll still say something to me, and I'm like, oh wow, that's cap. I know you didn't do that.
Well, he said this to me and Tyler before. He kind of like what he was doing in the poll. Remember the poll we did in episode 30?
No.
When he was like voting, and the reason he voted for people he didn't believe is because he's like, well, I already knew everyone else was gonna vote for that, so I just wanted to like vote for something different. It's just like, just vote for what you believe. Like it doesn't matter about trying to be different or make the results different. It's just do what you vote. And he says he'll do things just for a reaction, and that is what it is. So that's why he does it in real life as well as the podcast. He's like, oh, let me just say something real quick that I know Deven will react to. Michael Jackson bottom 3, Michael or something. My top 3 Michaels: Michael Scott, Michael Jordan, and then Michael B. Jordan. Yes. All them niggas better than Michael Jackson. Quote me.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't really get it. I don't think about it. I think I saw a TikTok about it. It was like someone, I think it was Michael Myers. He's like,
oh, Michael Myers too. He's got to be up there.
I think the TikTok.
Can we get into the top 5 Michaels real quick?
It's Michael Myers. He's like, bruh, think about anyone named Michael. They're all goated. He started like every Michael. They're all goated. Michael Jackson,
I'm up there.
Michael Jordan, Michael Phelps. Like they're all kings on our respective fields.
Michael is a kind of a goated name.
If you're named Michael, you're destined for goatness.
Yeah. If you're named Michael's in the comment section, let us know. Maybe you're destined for goatness. Maybe you're the goat commenter.
Maybe.
You have some competition. As of recording, we only have 2 people who comment. We have Linksys and Ali. That's it. There's no one else.
I mean,
no, yeah, that's it. Just those 2. I don't remember seeing any other commenters in our channel. Just those 2 guys. So that's your competition. Maybe season 2. You guys want to comment more? Step up. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm definitely loving all the love and comments that we're getting now. every love, every comment. I don't care what you say in there.
Really? Even that one guy?
I mean, he still you saw what he commented.
I mean, I don't know if we're talking about the same guy here.
Now that you said that, yeah, you're a menace. You know.
That guy, we're not gonna call you out by name because we don't want to acknowledge you. You're weird. Yeah. Some people just weird.
You're weird.
There's a lot of people. Unfortunately, I feel like our podcast has attracted a couple weird people.
I mean, that's what happens. You know, we're growing steadily. You know, we're in the 200s now, so
view-wise, yeah.
View-wise, so we're growing. So we're bound to get a couple weirdos here and there.
Yeah, I mean, when Deven's on the podcast, he's gonna attract people he's like, so makes sense.
I don't know what you mean by that. I'm a pretty cool guy. Y'all like me. There's a reason why I'm still here.
Well, speaking of like, oh yeah,
No, you got it.
All right, back to like the character thing. Do you think Tyler puts on a character for the podcast?
I think Tyler, I don't think he puts on a character. I think he thinks he's more funny than he actually is sometimes.
That's so crazy.
Cause like I know I'm saying like I'm like throwing all these guys under the bus. I love all these guys. These are all my brothers. I
don't sound like
it. Doesn't sound like it. But like I'm about to think like we're all perfect. Like, we definitely have our flaws. I think Tyler's comedic sense is a little off.
Or maybe he's not funny.
No, because he definitely is funny. But like he'll say something and I'll just look at him. Like, cause I'm like, you really thought that was funny? He'd be like, yeah, you don't think it's funny? I'm like, not really. But I think it just shows like we have different sense of humor. So I just rephrase it that I think me and him just have different senses of humor. Cause he does send me TikToks, he'd be like, good. I'm like, Tyler, this ain't it, dude. I'm telling you, dude, this ain't it. But I think it's just different upbringings, different like comedic styles. Because there is some comedians like he was that he likes, I don't really like.
Bert Kreischer?
Huh?
Bert Kreischer?
Yeah, I'm like, dude, this guy is not funny. Like that Brickleberry show, I was like, that show is not funny, and I'm so.
He doesn't like that show either.
He said he said it's
all right. Like, I'm not gonna let you disrespect Tyler. He's not here to defend himself. He didn't say he liked the show. He said it was all right, and I explained to you in the same episode why I know you wouldn't like it and why I don't like it. It's because Tosh.0 humor. I don't like Tosh.0, and I know you won't like Tosh.0 either.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah, I won't throw him on the bus saying like he's ain't funny. I think he just has a different sense of humor. But
that has nothing to do with my question, though.
Yeah, once I thought about it, I'm like, no, because I think we all keep it 100 for the most part, besides like Jose and Eduardo. But I think Jose does it just to do it. Actually, they both do it just to do it.
Yeah, let's get into Jose real bit. We've talked about all the other. We talked about Eduardo. We talked about Tyler. This segment of the podcast just getting into the characters of the podcast. Season 2. Let's get into the characters.
The mindset of everyone.
JOWP. Yeah. This is.
I don't know, cause like for Jose, he'll say something, and I find it hilarious because Jose is a funny guy. But like, when I do a hypothetical with Jose, he'll never act like how he is. He himself. Like I was like,
that is true.
Yeah, like he's not him. I was like, Jose, what if a burglar came in? I'm gonna go over there and suplex him. I'm like, Jose, you can't do that in real life. He's like, you don't know what I can and can't do. I'm like, Jose, I know you can't do that. So he always like he likes putting on characters when it comes to hypotheticals.
That is true, which is why I think part of the reason why I and also maybe you guys enjoy a lot of the hypotheticals that Jose's in, because he puts
on a character.
Yeah,
because I was talking to him about
like Jowp X. He would never do half the things he was doing. Didn't Jose win like second place, right, for best variant?
I think maybe
Jowp X. I
know you.
It was either me.
I think it was
either
you.
Jowp X me or Jowp X him who was second place.
I didn't know it was you because you were up there. I think it was. I think Eduardo's variant was also up there.
No, Eduardo had 1 vote. I remember looking at that.
It?
Not 1 vote, but it wasn't up there. I know Jose's was up there.
Oh
for
no,
sure.
it was Boys Meet World Jose. I think that's what.
Really? I don't think so. I don't think that got votes.
I can't remember, but because I was talking to Jose about this exact topic. I was like, why do you do this? You know the point of a hypothetical is? Because I told him like, yeah, it is fun doing crazy shit. Like I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer. I'd be like, oh, what blanket? Like, oh, you can't say this. But like for Jose, it's constantly he's like putting on this act. I'm like, why do you do that? You know, the point of hypothetical is I'm trying to see what you would do. He's like, oh, that's whack. I just want to seem cool. I'm like,
I mean, at some point, it is more fun to be unrealistic. Yeah. Like, cause look at some of the fun hypotheticals he's had, like Jowp X, one of the most fun ones. And even, well, I wouldn't say like Bloodhound probably is pretty realistic to our characters, to be honest.
Yeah, for the most part.
Weirdly enough, it is probably exactly what we would do in those scenarios. But like Jowp X, I wouldn't do the things I was doing. Eduardo actually probably would do that.
I think you would do that, but
what?
That's
why would I do that?
Because you're a villain. That's why.
That's crazy. I don't think I'm a villain.
But I do agree. Like, yeah, it is fun putting on the story and just having fun and all that. But for Jose, it's like it's always a character.
Yeah. I don't know. I think Boy Meets World Jose wasn't a character. That was pretty accurate.
Yeah, but did Jose write himself as that, or did someone else write? Oh yeah,
he did.
Yeah, but y'all kind of like limited him. Like y'all said, like the genie wasn't gonna give him no power.
I mean, we didn't say the genie was gonna give him no power. We just said the genie like was tired.
I guess. But no, for the most part, Jose doesn't really put on act unless he's like trying to be tough because he thinks he's tough.
Yeah.
He'd be like, shut up. I'm like, I don't know. He likes to think he's tough and he's not. He's a lot more passive than he thinks he is.
All right, next character. Let's get into Natalie. She's only been on 1 episode, but
dissect Natalie.
Nah, Natalie is too new. Let's give Natalie some more runtime. We'll see about it. What else do we have on this? We've got it's obviously me, but save that for last. We got Xenon. What about Xenon? Now that you actually know Xenon more now than you used to, do you feel Xenon's any different?
For the most part, no. Xenon's is like this goofy ball of energy. If y'all haven't noticed yet, I love being with Xenon. He's such a cool guy to be around because his energy matches mine, so we just like do off the wall shit. But no, I don't think he plays differently. Every once in a while, he does say something to me, like, shut up. That's why I'm like, kiss your mom and slap you. Yeah,
Xenon says that?
Yeah, he said it to me once. And I was like, Xenon, say that to me ever again. I swear to God. Really over the half hands, but no, for the most part, he keeps it real.
Pretty good. And then finally, the biggest challenge of the year. What do you feel about this final half of the episode? Just feels like I'm interviewing Deven. But
yeah, I'm just talking to talk at this point.
Yeah, how do you feel about the biggest chad?
But I mean, I'm gonna say you, but
yeah, say what you will. Same answer, I guess.
Gabe is another person who does keep it real for the most part. He speaks his mind, but every once in a while he does just kind of put on an act, as in not like he's trying to be someone else, but like he'll say something just to get a reaction out of us because he knows it would get a reaction out of us. And it does lead to fun conversations, like that villain episode where you just said, "Yeah, I'm gonna kill your mom." I'm like, that's crazy. You're gonna do what?
Oh, so you don't think I would do that?
Yeah, I don't think he would do that.
Yeah, okay.
But no, he does. I'm like, he does it in a more like a playful way where it just leads to like a fun thing. I don't think you do it to make people like you or like think you're someone else. I think you just do it just to do it, as in like you want to see what this person says or do.
Interesting take. Well, for me, I think Gabe as a host, he feels like a pretty sincere character to me. Feels like he definitely relates to the audience in some points, because you know, a lot of times when people, not everyone obviously, like I don't do this, I know you probably don't do this, but there's people who, when they watch shows and even some other type of movie media for adults, maybe they like to self-insert, right?
Yeah,
you like to self-insert, and that's why a lot of people like isekais, because isekais, people live their life like amazing, like oh, this guy has a whole harem, I wish I was him, right, type of thing.
Right.
So I think why a lot of people could like Gabe is they can self-insert and be like, this guy is so cool. I wonder if I had the type of knowledge and like just like prowess that he has, like the Chad energy, then maybe it would be pretty fun. So I can see like that, maybe the self-insert would be really nice for them. That's just my take on Gabe as a host, though. Like, he's definitely a really cool person I'd love to meet and all that. But
you wanna dissect me, since I talked about myself, but I feel like it's kind of like egotistical to talk about oneself. You know,
it is. I don't know who does that.
Yeah,
but
I don't know that either.
Let's get into. Do I want to talk about Deven? Let's see. Deven on the podcast. I think for the most part, one thing I've noticed, and I know me and Tyler have talked about before, it does feel like a lot of times on the podcast. Like Deven did say this recently, not recently. Stop saying recently. Deven did say this like earlier. He does try and talk more formal on the podcast and like give people time to talk. But it feels like for the most part, a lot of Deven's conversations in podcasts versus in real life are kind of different. And it does feel like he talks differently sometimes. There's a lot of episodes, barring this like last couple 30 minutes of this episode, right? But a lot of episodes, Deven just doesn't talk very much. When in real life, he does talk a lot more, usually, when like they're in Discord a lot. But in podcasts, he doesn't really talk nearly as much. It feels like a lot of times me and Tyler do a brunt of it, and then Deven would just respond and say things occasionally. He doesn't, barring the Xenon episode, right? He brought in his own topics right there. Yeah. But like most part, he doesn't bring in his own topics. He kind of just like rides a wave. So I guess that's kind of what I've noticed about the Deven character on the podcast.
Yeah, and I think I kind of talked about it when we brought up our dynamic. Like I said, Tyler, if y'all don't know, I have a hard time speaking. Not only do I have a speech impediment, but my vocabulary is super limited. So I want y'all at least understand and know what I'm saying. So sometimes I don't speak. So I'll, like I said, Gabe's really good at bringing up topics that we can talk about. Tyler's really good at just speaking on said topic. And if I know the topic well enough, I'll try to put my 2 cents in. And but yeah, I try to refrain myself a little bit more, since we are in a podcast. And I know, I try to keep it formal. But yeah, I have a hard time speaking, so I don't want to just come off as gibberish or just say pure nonsense, because I want to make this at least somewhat professional.
Yeah.
Because I know I am the type of person that's to ramble. But I don't want to do it on the podcast. But I think in these more recent episodes, I've been talking a lot. I think I got more comfortable just speaking.
Maybe. I mean, it's hard to tell for me, because a lot of the recent episodes we have been doing have been themed. So yeah, like the music 3x3, it's kind of like it's your turn to talk. So yeah, you will talk. So it's been a long time since we've had a stretch of just regular episodes. It's been about like 2 months, because usually it goes like regular themed. Like it's rarely ever just regular episode at this point. So we'll see if we do an extended period of regular episodes, which it looks like it is coming up sometime soon. So we will see, but it's also different because Tyler's not here. It's a different dynamic.
Yeah, and that's another thing. I don't like speaking on topics I don't know about. Like someone like Eduardo will just say something which will be completely wrong. I'm like, why are you saying this? You yourself know you don't believe this. You're just saying things. Like the only time I would talk about something like I don't know about is like I want to know why you feel this way. I want to like I'll ask questions and then just try to bounce back for us just to like. So I'm not completely quiet because there is sometimes when I hear you and Tyler saying stuff, I'm like, I want to be part of this conversation. Let me just interject myself real quick. But
yeah,
I don't like talking about subjects I already know about, which is fine. You know, I don't mind just responding. I mean, if y'all want me to talk more, I will. But
I don't think they care about that.
Yeah, I don't think
as long as I'm talking, they're fine, right?
Okay,
yeah.
But I think that's what's so good about our dynamic. I think we kind of just balance each other out.
Yeah. Finally, let's get into Intern.
Which one?
How do you feel about the Intern?
Which one?
Let's go with the first one, right? Because Frederick is a little newer, so let's go with Eddie, the first Intern that we've had since I believe episode 33. He's been there. Frederick came in. They won't even know. I think Frederick was there for the award show. No.
He might have been. Oh yeah, he was. He was in the background.
No, because Frederick and Eddie were both there.
Oh yeah,
for the award show.
Man, what is there to say about Eddie? Rather than like, he's just the GOAT. Like we wouldn't have anything we have without Eddie. He pairs us on our show. Like you see us, right? But the real hero is Eddie. Eddie sets up the camera. He does all the brunt work. We wouldn't be nowhere without Eddie. You saw how we were before Eddie. Like
we're a mess.
Yeah, look at the stocks when the episode Eddie was
episode 33. Count it from there.
Our stocks went up.
Episode 33, you guys voted best episode. I mean, should tell you something there.
Yeah, he's an unspoken hero who doesn't get his flowers. Also, just such a mega chud. We will be in shambles without this man.
Oh yeah, I always enjoy having either Eddie or Frederick. Either one of the interns is really good to have on an episode, especially like today we're missing another host. Having someone else help us recording this episode helps out a lot, so it's not just me and Deven sitting here like, ooh, what are we gonna do real quick, and then I gotta keep track of time real quick and know everything that's happening.
Yeah, but no, we have future episodes coming out and they carry and they help.
Yeah. But I guess to wrap it up, I mean, this episode was just, I wanted to, at the end of the half, I just wanted to talk about one like personal about us, like as a episode 1 of season 2. Wanted to get a little more personal-ish and talk about us as people. Maybe help you get to know us a little bit more if we talked about it there. So I just kind of wanted to bring up that topic here, even though it maybe not as entertaining as we usually talk about, but I just wanted to bring that up. And if you did enjoy it or whatnot, please let us know. And next episode be, not won't be the same as this. Well, but yeah, you can follow us on Spotify, Anchor, TikTok, Twitter, I guess. I always forget to shout out Twitter. That is a thing.
That is a thing, yeah.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time. Is that your outro every time?